Hey all, Millie Vox here, coming to you live from my car. I just went for a walk in the woods and I wanted to talk about my beliefs around suffering. So my mom died in the last 6 months. My mom died, my marriage ended, and I had my heart broken for the very first time in my life by somebody new. So the last 6 months have been a whirlwind, a roller coaster, and I'm coming to you raw here, raw face. I got acne going on for the first time in my life. I got all sorts of stuff happening, and I believe that I asked for all of this. And no, that's a thing in like the spiritual world and manifestation world that can be seen as like toxic and victim blaming, that we don't actually ask for our suffering. And I don't believe that we are responsible for it necessarily, but I believe that life presents us all with the opportunities that we need to become the people that we want to be in this lifetime. And so I believe that I asked for all of this and that it all happened exactly when it was supposed to happen in my life. For my mom, for example, for any of you who don't know, her and I had a really complicated and tumultuous relationship. But the last year of our relationship together was the best year that her and I ever had. We healed our relationship and then she passed away. Like, that had to happen exactly the way it happened. Maybe for her too. Maybe she was able to let go because she experienced that healing, because my mom was suffering. Excuse me, didn't expect to cry, but she was suffering for a very long time. She was ready to go. So she needed that too. So that happened. And now, because of that, I get to step into a new identity around my relationship with her. Like, I clung onto this identity of a daughter with a bad relationship with her mother for so long. I clung to this identity like that was the core of who I was. And now that we healed that relationship and she's gone, I get to release that identity. I get to be somebody more than reduced to that, you know? And I believe we are all multitudes, but that was me over-identifying with it. And I also believe that over-identification is one of the sources of suffering, right? Like resistance, really. Resistance is, suffering is equal to the resistance of the current present moment, okay? That's what I believe. So my mom died. What did that get me? It showed me how my identity was limited to this victim identity of having a bad relationship with her. My marriage ended, right? This was a long time coming, guys, and it was a shock for a lot of you, but it was like 5 years coming that this relationship was coming to an end in the form that it was in. We are still very much friends and very good teammates and you know, co-parents together, but we were not meant to be romantic partners, that's for sure. So that relationship coming to an end, there were so many limiting beliefs that I had that kept me in that relationship for as long as I was. And that relationship ending has again given me this opportunity to become the person that I'm meant to be, right? And as much as I wasn't, you know, heartbroken or sad about the marriage ending, it's a huge change and a huge shock to your identity, because now you're living in an entirely different house. Everything's completely different. You don't have a person that you're interacting with, like, you know, morning, noon, and night to you know, bounce your stuff off of, whatever. But again, I asked for this. I was ready for it. I was preparing for this for so long, doing so much personal development work, all of the things, right? And then finally, I had my heart broken. I was seeing somebody new. And it was like everything I thought I ever wanted. And then boom, rug pulled out from underneath me. Sorry, the timing isn't right here. Wow, I had so much pain, so many tears from this. But what it showed me there, what was limiting me, was all of these attachment wounds and codependency stuff that was still lingering that I thought I had dealt with. I thought that I had healed so much of my codependency patterns inside my marriage because I was working very intently and intentionally on codependency. And voila, there we go. I asked for this because it will not, those patterns that I was playing out were limiting me, will continue to limit me, will not allow me to have the relationship that I dream of, right? And that will not allow me to be the woman that I want to be inside of a relationship in the future, right? So all of this together, it's like I asked, it came at this whirlwind of a time, I asked for it to make me into the person that I need to be to go to the level that I want to go to, the impact that I want to have. And what I believe truly is that when we remove the floodgates, allow ourselves to feel all the negative emotion, all the pain, we also remove the floodgates to feel joy, to feel positive emotion, because you can't just selectively feel one or the other. And when we can increase our capacity for feeling all of the feelings, the pain, we increase our capacity to experience joy. And I really, truly, the other day I heard, I think it was from, I'm not going to quote it right, but Danielle Laporte was talking about, Patanjali's sutras, which I think is Yoga Sutras, or something like that. And she said, radiance is suffering alchemized. Radiance is suffering alchemized. And I thought, my God, that is the truth. I have had so many people tell me how radiant I am, and my energy, and this and that. And it's because I have done this for my entire life. I have made it my life's work to alchemize suffering into radiance, because that is what it's here for. It's here for us to look at the simplest things in our day and be able to appreciate the immense beauty that is always around us. And I say this not to give you any level of shame, okay? Because sometimes you hear this stuff and you think, oh, I'm not grateful enough. I should be grateful. Do not do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself, okay? It's in the moments where you are available for it, you will experience it. You will experience immense awe and gratitude for this life and this world. You're not going to have access to that all the time, but the best way to make the space for it and to gain access to that wonder and awe and magic and beauty is to fully feel all of the rest of it. And to have this compassionate awareness, be a compassionate witness to yourself, let yourself go through what you need to go through and bring it all in and be so courageous. Make the moves, do the things, hold yourself, because you can, right? And this kind of alchemy, this kind of transformation, this kind of becoming, it doesn't happen in a 6-week course, okay? It doesn't. I know there's so many containers online right now, courses, coaches, whatever. It's like so popular. And I'm just kind of tired of this cheap and cheerful transformation that's being sold. And that is why I stopped doing that kind of stuff. Like, I will teach in shorter courses, but the longer stuff comes from a commitment to a serious container where you are fully seen. People get to know you. They hold space for you. It's a community, Okay, it's none of this like, hey, I'm in a 6-week course and we have a community. No, you don't. Nobody knows each other, right? There's no vulnerability there. Like, we need to go deep. We need to be seen by others. We need to be held by others. We need to have time for integration. Okay, things always take us longer to process than we think they're going to, and things always hit us like when things in life happen, like even if it's just you went on a vacation, okay, and you're like in the middle of trying to achieve a goal, the vacation is gonna hit you more than you thought, right? Like, it's gonna throw you off, then you need time to recalibrate and get back and all of that stuff. So anyways, this all to say, hold space for yourself, but also find spaces where space is held for you. Like, human connection is so vital to the health of your nervous system, to your ability to navigate, challenge, and to achieve goals, and to feel the way that you want to feel at the end of it all. That is the point. Like, if we're not feeling how we want to feel at the end of it all, if we're not being the person that we want to be, there's no point in doing any of it, right? So that's it. That is my feeling for today. Again, I was going to try to put this into a 90-second reel. No way in hell. So that's it. Love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. Sending you a big old. I am still nervous to share this at this level, but I know that it is my strength to be able to show up this way. And it is the medicine that I have to offer the world, and hopefully it inspires courage inside of you. I don't mean courage to come, on live with no makeup and spill your heart and cry. Like, you don't have to do that. I mean courage to show up in your truth, courage to make the hard decisions, courage to be who you want to be, courage to, ask yourself what you need and do your best to provide it. So that's it.